Hey everybody, this is Mr. Heiser here, and really looking forward to seeing everybody on either Thursday or Friday this week. And we are going to have our open house on Wednesday. But instead of inviting everybody over to the school in the main gym to listen to me talk for 15 minutes in a hot, stuffy gym, I decided to just make a video, and I think it'll be a little easier because then you can watch it whenever you have time to watch it, and you can watch it more than once, and you don't have to worry about running around with your kids and keeping an eye on them and trying to listen to me at the same time. So just figured it'd be a little easier. So I'm going to get my face off the screen now and give you an opportunity to see some of the cool things that we have ready for open house. So this is kind of the introductory to open house. So just make sure you pay attention to all the different things. And of course, if you ever have any questions, feel free to give us a call. I'll be providing a phone number in just a minute. And always, you can email me. A lot of you email me and email questions to our staff, and we love helping you out. Okay, so here we go. All right, welcome back to school, everybody. I'm personally very, very excited to have everybody back. We're probably at about 90, I would say, yeah, we're obviously above 99% of our students that are coming back to us live in the building, which is awesome. So thank you for trusting us and believing in us. We're going to do our very best to make sure everybody stays safe over the year. And if things change, we will change with those recommendations set forth by the local health department and our school board. We will do our very, very best to make sure everybody stays healthy and all of that good stuff. So welcome back. We're going to go through a few things, and I'm going to move pretty quick, but what's nice is you can rewind this and watch it back if you want to. I just don't want to keep you guys for a half hour. So here we go. First of all, our open house is this Wednesday, and we're doing it in 3 different groups. If you notice, there's a 3rd grade families, 4th grade families, and 5th grade families. If you can't make it or something like that, you should be starting to get some things from our teachers. You can always email the teacher and ask for see if they might be able to meet you at an alternate time. They may not be able to, though, but we'll try to do our best to help you out. Anytime between 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock, you're welcome to be in the building, and we will help you in the office. If you have office questions or things like that, we'll run through a couple of those as well. But those are the 3 times. 50 minutes in between, followed by a 15-minute intermission. We do ask that if you're in 3rd grade and at 4:50, if you could clear out the parking lot so then our 4th grade families can start to get themselves ready, that would be great. Okay. For the rest of this week, Thursday, I am so excited about this, you guys. I mean, I'm so looking forward to seeing students in our building again. It's been a long couple of months in the summertime waiting for students. So 3rd grade students only on Thursday, and then Friday everybody reports, including 3rd grade. So all 3rd grade, all 4th grade, and all 5th grade report on Friday, and that's the first official day of school. If you wonder why we do this, we really want to get our 3rd graders acclimated to our building and our culture and the things that we do in our building as far as the procedures and things like that. And quite honestly, the main reason why is we want our entire staff, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade staff, teachers, paraprofessionals, everybody to just love on these kids and let them know that they're part of our family. And so we take that time very, very seriously, and we work hard that day just letting those 3rd graders feel loved. So that's the main reason why we do that. Our hours, we start at 9:05 and we end the day at 3:30, but our doors open at 8:50. So if you have students that go to Furry and Meadowlawn, it's not because I like Meadowlawn better, because that's not the case. I love Meadowlawn, but I would caution you to drop off your students at Meadowlawn first and then go to Furry. Furry's lines usually take a little longer. The kids are a little smaller, and I noticed that oftentimes our parents that drop off at Furry first end up being late to Meadowlawn. So I would caution you to drop off at Meadowlawn first and then head to Furry. Our warning bell rings at 9:05. By the way, at 9 o'clock is when we shut the doors. For that 10 minutes, which is plenty of time to drop off kids. Don't worry. We close the doors, and then you'll just bring your kid in through the main entrance. Tardy bell rings at 9:10. Everybody should be in their classroom by 9:10. The only reason why you shouldn't be is if you're finishing up breakfast or something like that. We're still keeping food out of the classrooms for now. And then our dismissal is at 3:30. So make sure if you are picking up your child that you're ready to rock and roll at 3:30 outside. For attendance, if you have any absences, please call our office. Right there is our phone number, 419-625-0214. Do not worry. If an answer machine picks up, that's how we have it anyways. Usually that at the beginning of the morning we're pretty busy, and so we probably won't. We have 2 secretaries and myself in the office, and we probably won't answer the phone because we'll be busy with students coming in and answering questions from them, things like that. So it'll go to voicemail, so just please leave your message, basically your student's name, and if they'll be absent and why they will be absent. But also make sure when your student comes back that you give, you write a note, make sure you tell us why the student's been out, and sign it, give it to and have the student give it to the teacher, and they'll get it to us. You have to complete your emergency medical forms and vacation waivers online now. And those are done through Final Forms. You can find that on our website. If you haven't completed your student emergency medical forms yet and you need help, feel free to call the office at 625-0214, 419-625-0214, and we will be happy to help you out with those things. Also, it is a requirement if you plan on taking a vacation, even if it's just for one day, and you want it to, if a child's not sick and you just need to get away for the day, for a vacation day or something along those lines, you must fill out a form for that for it not to be counted against the child. So make sure to fill those out. If you have any questions, just let us know. This one's actually a pretty important one. I do a lot of texting with families. I think that's the very effective way to take care of things. And so I like to use that system quite a bit. And so all you have to do is dial 67587 and text the word yes to that number, 67587, and that will opt you into our texting portion of our call system. Okay. Also, just when you're checking your through your final forms and through PowerSchool, make sure everything is up to date, because that's how we communicate with you. I do a lot of communication through email and through texting, so it'll be very helpful for you to make sure you have those proper things. If you have an old email that's still active but you really don't use, it really doesn't make sense to make that your email that I send things to, because you may not be looking at it. So use an email that you look at often. Also, if you've moved over the summer, make sure to change all of those things. If you're not sure how to do that, you can contact the office and we'll help you out with that as well. It's very important that we get the right addresses into things, not just for emergency purposes, but for a lot of other reasons as well. We send out mailers, things like that. Pick up and drop off. The front circle right in front of our building is reserved for bus traffic only. There is a little parking lot to the left as soon as you pull into that, if you were to pull in, but it's a parking lot and you must park. You can't just pull in and into that semicircle and drop off your kid. You have to pull into a parking spot and drop off your kid. It's a big no-no. You'd be surprised. You might think, oh, the buses are already gone. We have buses that arrive late all the time. We also have buses that drop off kids at different times during the day, and so that please stay away from that area. It's very, very important. The buses are very cautious and they do a great job, but they are buses, and so they have a lot of blind spots, and we get very nervous whenever there's a car that's parked in the wrong spot, not just for the kids, but even for the adults driving them. So please help us out with that. If you're a pickup, especially at the beginning of the year, if you could help us out by placing a sign on your dashboard with your child's name in large, bold letters, that would be great. So then we can quickly move through the pickup line. And of course, we will have staff members outside that will radio to the gym to release your child. I'll show you that pickup line idea next. You are not allowed, a child is not allowed to walk to a parked car. So don't park your car and tell your student to come out to the parked car. Just stay in the line. Don't worry. It's just the safest way to do things. It might take an extra second or two, but it's okay. All right. Hopefully you can see this okay. It's kind of how we do things. I'm going to actually bring here's us right here. This is our school. And right here, if you kind of contract this is where you would pull in and you would drop your kids off right here, and then you would pull out over here. Now the reason why this is set up is this is the church, this is Faith Church across the street. And so when this gets full, which it gets full very quickly, more than likely every time you get here, it will already be full because we won't open the doors till 8:50. So you'll start a line. The best way to do that is to pull in through Faith Church and just wrap yourself around this way. It's a pretty big back area for parking, or I'm sorry, to get in line. And then just pause right there and wait until that opens up. Please do us a favor. And when you see cars that are here at Faith Church, don't just try to bust into line. It's honestly what it does when I see that is it's teaching your child the wrong things. I know people are in a hurry. I understand that, but let's not make it difficult for the people around you. It makes people agitated, and I've seen too many adults get angry in the parking lot because of people cutting each other off and things like that. Okay? All right. Our website's perkinsschools.org. It probably is a good idea for you to kind of bookmark that if you're on your computer or even on your phone. Our school calendar will be there, our lunch menus, newsletters, your grades you can find through PowerSchool at perkinsschools.org and district-wide school news. So there's a lot of different things you can find on the website. Breakfast and lunch, everything's free this year. Our breakfast is served for 15 minutes from 8:50 to 9:05. I know that sounds fast, but as long as you can get your kid here to school by 9 o'clock, they will get breakfast. I cannot guarantee if you drop your kid off at 9:15. Of course, we like to make sure every kid is not hungry in class, but we may not have, it might be put away by then. So make sure to get your child to school on time, especially for breakfast, if there's a breakfast need there. Also, lunches are free this year. Our menu's, like I said before, it's on our website. And also, I know it's weird, but when we have lunch, your child can't just say, instead of a free lunch, I just want a milk. Like if they pack a lunch and they just want milk, they'll have to buy it. So my recommendation, as weird as it sounds, even if he packs a lunch, have them get that free lunch anyways. It's all provided by the federal government. It doesn't count against us, and maybe there's a little extra something that they can have there too. I know, especially when I was a 5th grade boy, I could easily eat my lunch and an additional lunch anyways. So just keep that in mind. Now, if you really are adamant that I don't want my child to have a full lunch in front of them, just make sure to put some money in their account so then they can get their milk. Okay? So the only type of free thing is if you get the whole meal free, as goofy as that sounds. Computers and chargers, so important for us. We need your help with this. Please have your child arrive to school every single day with a fully charged Chromebook. It's very important. We do not have enough outlets in our room. I know, again, that sounds pretty crazy, but these are old. Meadowlawn is an old building. And so back when this was built, they did not have the technological capabilities that we have now. And so there's not outlets running all over the place, and so we can't charge a bunch of things. And on top of that, we have a charger for every Chromebook, and so it's not like we have an extra 10 chargers in the classroom because all of our chargers are with you guys at home. And so when your child comes to school and their Chromebook is not charged, it puts us way behind the 8 ball. And if you talk with your child, if that's ever happened, there's times where some children just don't get to learn with the rest of the class the same way because we just can't charge them all. So do your child a favor, do all of us a favor, help us out. Make sure that they have a fully charged Chromebook every single day when they come in. As long as they come in and it's fully charged, there's not going to be any problems. It's impossible for us to run that much battery life off of them in one day. So make sure that they're fully charged. What I always do with my kids is when they get ready for bed, it's part of their nightly routine. You know, getting your clothes ready for school the next day, brush your teeth, plug in your Chromebook, say goodnight, say your prayers, all those things. So it's like make it part of what they do every night. Okay, very, very important. Okay. I just want to give a quick health update. Oh, one other thing before I do this. I know it's not on a slide, but Picture Day is on the 8th of September. We'll have more information for that, but I know a lot of you guys are asking about that. It's on the 8th of September, just so you know. All right, health updates. We have a nurse in our facility. Her name is Nurse Amy. She's always very helpful, and she kind of helped us put some things together for what to expect this year. And really, it's very similar to last year. So nurses are going to follow the same guidelines that we had last year. If they have minor illness symptoms, they'll be asked to go home until they're resolved completely for at least 24 hours, just being on the safe side. And I know it's tough for parents because you might not notice it at home, and then they get here and they're sniffling or sneezing, or they have a fever or something like that. And usually that's when we'll call home and say, you got to come pick up your kid. They got a fever. So please just bear with us for that. And make sure that their symptoms are gone for at least 24 hours before sending them back. Okay. And what to watch for. Nothing's really changed there as well. I'll let you look at those, many different things. But basically, if your kid's not feeling well, don't send them to school. Okay, we're doing the same thing with our staff. If they're not feeling well, we're just asking them to not come to school. We are prepared for that. We just want everybody to stay safe. If your kid's coming to school ill, or if someone else's kid comes to school ill, that could have some tough consequences for our entire class or even building. So just help each other out. Just some tough pieces. If contact your healthcare provider if they have trouble breathing, have pain in their chest, confusion, inability to stay awake, and bluish lips or face. I think to me, all of these, I just feel like I know it's like common sense. And it's not necessarily, I feel like COVID is now like, we know what it is, we know how to deal with it. And these are very typical things where I would probably take my child to, the emergency room anyways if these things were happening. So just make sure to take care of your kids the best that you can. If we do our part, we have a better chance of keeping ourselves and our friends healthy. Assess your kid for symptoms before sending them to school every day. Their temperature should be less than 100 degrees. Okay. As always, we do have medical privacy here, so we're not going to turn around and say Johnny has COVID or Jenny doesn't have COVID. We don't really go through any of that things, so we keep everything private and protected. All right. All right. I want to thank you for your time, everybody, and hopefully you read this through really well. One other question that I know people might have, and that is in regards to the busing. I know Mr. Conaway is working hard on that. He will send something to you via email as soon as he has the routes completed. When I talked to Mr. Conaway, he says that he's ready to go. He's just waiting on parents to make sure to fill out the proper forms to get things there. And here's the thing. He could have sent something out last week. He really could have. But he'll have to change it. And I don't think anything's worse than sending something to parents and then having to change it 2 days later. And so understand that's why we kind of wait to send out class lists, and we don't send out lists of all of the students because then people are like, oh, I want so-and-so in my class. And so if you're asking for class lists, we don't send out class lists. We do let you know what class your child is in, though. So same with the bus. You'll get some information regarding the bus very, very soon, definitely within the early part of this week. Okay? All right. Thank you for your time, everybody. Look forward to seeing everybody at Open House on Wednesday from 4 to 7. And go Pirates!